Hello from Not Trail. I figured I would give a quick update and then a couple notes on the trail before we get to the fun stuff. So I'm clearly not on the PCT at the moment. I came home for a couple days a little earlier than planned to rest up a minor injury that I have. I ended up talking to Blaze Physio, who I would 1000% recommend, and it sounds like I just have an angry anterior tibialis tendon. And so I have a set of exercises and stretches and rest and compression and all these things to do to help it out, and a strategy to prevent it further when I get back on trail. So resting that up. Stevie is not resting whatsoever. And I'll be rejoining Nick in a couple of days. And then as far as some trail notes, we got to Wrightwood, and this is basically just concerning the section from CAJON to Wrightwood. So first of all, we ended up taking a bunch of the truck trails, a bunch of kind of like unnamed ones, but then also the Blue Ridge Truck Trail that all parallel the PCT as you're climbing up to Wrightwood, because we had read several comments that there was not just quite a bit of snow on the PCT proper, which we're like allergic to snow at this point, but that it was pretty sketchy and exposed, and that the truck trails did not have snow. So I would recommend that if you're trying to avoid some sketchy snow patches. There still were some snow patches on the truck trails, but totally doable. Please excuse my swollen eye. Everything's falling apart. And then the other note is just that it's a dry section from CAJON Pass up to Wrightwood. There aren't any water sources listed, but as soon as you get over, I don't know, I guess it was like 8,000 feet, there are bunches of snow patches. We went through on like the 23rd and 24th. So I would imagine some of that will melt and there will be less snow for water, but some of the patches were like 4 or 5 feet deep. So I wouldn't imagine that those would be gone anytime soon. Also on the truck trails, there were some huge puddles that were basically like little lakes you could have drank from. So all that to say, if you're the type of person that likes to carry tiny amounts of water and keep your pack light, which is not me, but if that's you, you can definitely get some water further up towards the top of that initial climb. Okay, that's it for now. Say hi, Mitch. Okay, back to some
settle down too far away from my hometown. With my family I am bound. I stick by them till I'm in the ground. Resting on the myth of old, all of the stories I've been told. Secret places hidden well are gone now as far as I can tell. A better one. I've come to realize time goes by on its own.
shadow down to the graveyard. Gonna say a prayer, gonna pay my dues. I've been running wild ever since I left Virginia, trying to find a face that might remind me of you. I can see the sunlight rising in the mountains, orange and red in the morning sky. I know that the world is every steady changing. Lord, give me wings so I could fly away, fly away, fly away, fly away, fly. Any heart can shatter like a pane of glass. To the wind it scatters, and let's go at last. Song for the ones in sorrow. Sing about the smiles that they'll never see. Sing about a love who's over across the mountain. Tell her that I love her. Don't you tell about, 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 tell about.
Clouds and thunders standing in my way, but I must try to figure it out anyway. Songs of worries travel with the storm, but I must try to figure it out alone. Yeah, I must try to figure it out alone. And now, ooh, when you're gone, ooh, I know things won't be the same no more, I'm sure. It'll take a while 'cause I'm still sore, yeah, now, ooh, when you're gone, I still have a long way to walk, I'm sure. It'll take a while to reach the golden shore. Walls and mountains standing in my way, but I must try to figure it out anyway. Tales of worries travel with the storm, but I must try to figure it out alone. Yeah, I must try to figure it out alone. And now, ooh, when you're gone, ooh, I know things won't be the same no more, I'm sure. It'll take a while 'cause I'm still sore, yeah, now, ooh, must try to figure it out alone.
Kept holding my hand as you reach for water. The hills by the lake, you were chasing your dream, and I gave you a rose that you kept on seeing, kept on seeing.
Omnipod pump users, specifically Omnipod 5, and specifically if you have an iPhone and therefore you don't have an app that you can control it with your phone with. I actually had a memory corruption issue, which I am told is extremely rare. I'm in a smoke cloud right now. Okay, I'm back. I didn't die. So apparently this is rare, but basically when I had this memory corruption issue, the controller forced me to wipe everything and it reinstalled the app. So it wiped all of the AI learning it had done for the closed loop algorithm. It also wiped all of my settings, all of the ratios, everything. And on top of that, it requires Wi-Fi for you to log into your Omnipod account for it to proceed through the setup, which is a little insane. Luckily, this actually happened 5 minutes after seeing Mitch at a road crossing. He met us one morning to do a little trail magic, and so luckily he set up a hotspot with his phone so that I could log in and restore all this stuff. But just a heads up to anyone that's using the pump controller that this can happen, and if you don't have Wi-Fi, you're kind of up a creek. So take that for what you will.